Hello and welcome back to another episode of Saving Scunthorpe, where we are back for the new season and we're already 5 games into it. So just before we go into too much detail, if you are enjoying the content on the channel, please do leave a like down below. Comment what do you think we can achieve this season. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and do go and check out if you're interested in it. If you like wrestling, up in one of these corners is going to be a link to my Total Extreme Wrestling series, where I'm playing a local to global, which effectively it's like non-league to Premier League. Pretty much the same thing, just in wrestling terms. Since you were last with us, we have of course started our new season. We've started in a mixed bag of form. We had a 2-1 win against Port Vale to open the season, a 3-0 win against Cambridge United in the League Cup first round, a 4-2 win against Chesterfield before a 1-1 draw with Grimsby, then a 3-2 to Crewe Alexandra, unfortunately, a 1-0 loss knocking us out of the EFL Cup against Blackpool, and a 0-0 draw with Swindon most recently. When it comes to transfers, there's a bit of news, but not tons. We've signed a few players on frees and a little bit of money being spent, but not tons. And outgoing, we've sold Jack Morehouse, Lang. I think that's all we've sold, unless there's a... Oh, also, very unfortunately, Alan Evans left to St Mirren. They met his release clause. I tried to offer him a contract once the season ended, but he wasn't interested. So there's nothing that we could really do, unfortunately. And that is a big loss for us. But so far in the league, we find ourselves in 9th place. So it's, as I say, mixed start. 8 points from the first 5 games. And today we're playing against Manchester City under-21s. However, our final bit of news before we jump into that is if we just have a look at takeover news, we have been eyed by a tycoon back on the 23rd of August. The rumours persisted as of the 27th, so hopefully we might get a tycoon coming in, and if we do, that would be absolutely massive for the save. Also massive for the save is this first tie against Manchester City under-21s. We have a lineup of G-Cock in goal, Burton, Hannah, Sraha and Gamble as the back four, Cole and Hampson as the holding midfielders, Jones and Flood on the wings, Jarvis and Morgan up front. So it's a bit rotated because our focus is the league. I'm not going to say otherwise. However, it would be nice if we can get through a couple rounds of this, and then if we start to push ourselves towards the end, we'll probably start to think, well, we've got the possibility of a trophy, so let's try and win it. Not currently our priority, but let's see what happens. I'm not going to run through all the signings that we've made, just because I find it a bit boring at this level. There's so many to go through. We'll just get into the game and see what we can do. Brits with a early goal kick for Manchester City. Hannah wins it, and it's only to Santana. Jarvis gets a foot in there, though, and Jones manages to win the ball, and it's back with Sraha forward to Gamble. Switches play to Jones on the right, and then he goes back to Hannah and forward to Jones. Finds Jarvis. He's gone back to Jones, who's then forced backwards to Burton, but it goes forward to Jones, through to Jarvis. Brilliant chance, and we lead 1-0. Nice little goal there, and Jarvis finding the near corner to put us 1-0 up. You love to see it. After that, however, Jones has picked up an injury, potential foot injury, so we'll bring him off for one of our new players, Paklopnik. That's how I'm going to say it's pronounced. Free kick for Manchester City now, and who's this stood over it? Ricardo Horta. G-Cock needs to make a save. No, he doesn't. It goes over the bar. A late first half throw-in at the back here as Burton gets the ball back from Sraha and tries to go down the wing. Gives it straight to Horta. Carter crosses it across to Anselmi. To Reed, who shoots from range and forces G-Cock into a good save. There's not many people in this away end from the looks of it. Horta with a corner kick. Sends it in. It's headed away by Hannah, and then Jarvis really gets it away. And surely that's going to be half-time. And it is half-time. We have a 1-0 lead. So we'll tell them not to get complacent and send them back out. Burton with a throw-in. Gets it to Paklemnik and then to Hampson. And he's going to be forced backwards here. Cole back to Hannah. And then it switches play out to the left. But for some reason, Flood wasn't really ready for that and just kind of watched it go. However, Gamble gets there in front of his man. Flood across to Paklopnik, back to Flood, puts it across the box. Morgan's there. That's 2-0. I think actually the keeper would have claimed that, but I think it takes a little nick off one of the Manchester City defenders. There's a lovely bit of play between Flood and Paklopnik. And then, yeah, defender there gets his foot on it and actually stops the keeper from making the save. A highlight straight from the corner, however, which is never a good sign. Turner to Martinez and back to Santana. And then forward to Reed. Back to Santana again. Manchester City going to be looking to get themselves back into this game quickly. However, Sraha picks out a ball. Cole to Paklopnik. Finds Jarvis. Back to Paklopnik. It is. And he sends it wide. No, it was saved by the keeper. So we get a corner. Cole is going to send this one in. What's he going to do with it? Sends it towards the far post. Jarvis is there. Sraha heads it into what was basically an empty net. 3-0. So we'll make a couple of changes now. We're going to bring Hannah off for Ramsey at the back, and then Gamble can go into centre back, or can Ramsey? Gibbons can come on for Gibbons can come on for Hannah instead, and then who else is looking tired? Jarvis is, but that's fine. I'm not planning to use him a load. We'll send. I think we might just leave it at that actually, because I'm quite happy with most of those guys, other than Cole, who I don't have anyone on the bench for, just staying out there. Petit on the ball on the left hand side for City. Dar sends it in. Straha gets the head there, but it was a poor header. And Selmy into our box now. Turns his back on it and sends it back to Gomez. To Reed on the edge, who shoots and finds the bottom corner. Lovely goal from Reed. And puts a bit of pressure back on us. We do retain the lead, though, a 3-1 win against Manchester City under-21s. I know it's their under-21s. However, a win is a win, and Manchester City, let's face it, will have a very good youth system. So, arguably, that might have been an impressive win, but who knows? And for our second match, we have a lineup of G-Cock in goal, a back four of Ramsey, Hannah, Grist and McMillan, McGee and Cole as the holding midfielders, with Brown on the right, Asgard on the left, Vigar and Flood up front. We did have some recent news as well, where it was said that the Scunthorpe takeover rumours are not to be believed, but I'd quite like to believe them. Grist on the ball at the back for us here as he plays the ball forward to Cole and then out to McMillan. Mansfield, just out of interest, have started the season in mixed form as well. 14th, 2 wins, 2 losses and a draw. And of course this is game 6. Ramsey finds Brown on the right hand side. He cuts back inside and passes it to McGee. Then to McMillan. Goes down the left hand side to Asgard. And back to Grist. Overall, we've been playing well. We've just not been taking our chances very well in these games so far. Ramsey finding Brown. Gets past his man. Ends up cutting it back to Hannah, who's very pushed forward. Finds Cole on the edge. Oh my god, what a goal that would have been. It's headed away though. Long out to their striker. And we are stolen a absolutely glorious goal. Sedon on the ball for Mansfield on the left-hand side and plays it back to their defence. They are playing quite a defensive formation, like a 5-2-2-1, but even the two are defensive midfielders, so great strike there, and G-Cup forced into a save. So they've only really got 3 players in traditional attacking positions. However, wing-backs probably are able to get forward quite well. Hartigan is sending the corner in. Vigar heads it away, but not very well. G-Cock, for some reason, didn't catch that. Thankfully, it didn't result in a goal. That was incredibly questionable. And we are straight into another highlight as Ramsey plays the ball back to G-Cock. And this time, he's a lot more composed with it. McGee out to McMillan. And then Grist forward to McMillan again, and now we're passing it around at the back nicely. Cole gets the ball and plays it back to Hannah. He's going to go out to Ramsey. McGee is dropped back in behind Hannah, who's pushed forward. Flood plays it back to Grist and then forward to Flood, who's going to take it down this left hand side. Chance for a cross here. Sends it in towards Vigar, who heads it back over the keeper and puts us 1-0 up. A fantastic little goal. Flood with an assist for a second game in a row. And Vigar back on the score sheet. We reach half-time, 1-0 up. It's been a mixed bag, but overall I think we're quite happy with how we're going. McMillan with a throw-in on the left-hand side for us. Gets it to Flood, who then plays it back to McMillan through to Asgard. He gets a ball into Flood, who makes space, gets a shot off. Flood gets a goal of his own now as well, and that is 2-0, and hopefully that should put the game beyond doubt, but let's go and get third. And we are going to make a couple of changes now, with Cole and Gris can swap places, and then Cole can come off for Gamble at the back. We'll also send Morgan on for Vigar up front, and we'll leave it there for now. And a final change is Burton coming on for Ramsey just for a bit of rest, and Jarvis can come on for Flood again just for getting a little bit of rest in the players. McMillan with a throw and gets it to Asgard, and then back to McMillan. Ball into the box, but it was a weird ball. Asgard gets it back on the left-hand side though. Back to McMillan. Cross to Hannah, who shoots from range. Campbell got a block on it and nearly put it into his own bottom corner. We do get a corner, which Asgard is going to send in. We've got people lined up at the far post, so I imagine that's where this is going. He does send it towards the far post. Jarvis was there, but handles the ball and gets himself a yellow card pointlessly. And a 2-0 win sees us through against Mansfield, back on track with the wins in the league as well as in the EFL trophy, and leaves us in 5th place. And with that, I think what we'll do is we'll just advance through for quite a while. Once again, we might as well start flying through these seasons because we want to make sure that the content is going at a good pace, because last year we didn't technically finish our series. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment what you think we can achieve this season. I'm probably going to come back somewhere around the FA Cup second or third round. We'll see, depending on who we end up drawing. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and thank you very much for watching.